Hey, Bridgeview, how are you today? So glad you can join me on this little update. And I just wanted to let you know a few things about our services moving forward. By now, you've probably heard that, yes, we are meeting starting June 7th back inside the building. And many of you, like me, are very, very excited about that. And I wanted just to talk today a little bit about our steps moving forward to this end. Now, since the coronavirus pandemic began, the desire for us to be meeting back inside the building has always been priority one. We want to be back here together as a church body. But because the threat of the sickness is still there, we are now in phase 2 of our plan to fully reopen everything. Now, what that means in phase 2 is that we'll be meeting back inside our building, but services will look a little bit different than they did before. When you arrive on Sunday, you will be greeted with greeters, but this time, rather than shaking hands and rather than giving hugs, we are going to keep with the 6-foot social distancing rule, and we're going to exchange hugs and handshakes for air high fives and waves as you say hello. Our desire is still to be friendly, still to greet each other, but just to do this in a responsible, safe manner. That's our heart. And so we're going to walk through that together as a church. Now, services will look different too. We're going to be having a service for about an hour. There will be no kids ministries the reason is that we don't have kids rooms right now. Our kids rooms are somewhat torn up from the construction phase. It's also kind of hard to keep kids distant. And so because of that, we're going to put those on hold for the time being. Now, you are still able to have, kids are still having something. We're going to have some activities for them on Sunday, both live, also through some activity bags. Our kids team is still going to be putting out great content on the internet, so you'll be able to watch that together as a family and discuss what God is teaching your children. What a great opportunity we have. So that'll be happening every single week, and you'll be able to have more information on that in those bags. And we are excited about this and the fact that God is bringing us back inside the building again. Now, there will be 2 services. For the reason is we have limited seating available, 2 services, and we do need you to register before you come. Our service times will now be 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock, and registration is online. If you can go right now and just go to our website, there's links all over the place showing you how to register for which service you're going to come to. Now, you might ask the question, well, why are we doing that? Well, the simple answer is we don't want to have everybody show up at one time and no one show up at the other time. Of course, that would be awful because we could potentially have to turn people away. We don't want to do that. And so we do need to keep to that. And so we're going to walk through that for the near future. And so when you arrive, things will look different. The seating is somewhat different. There is, people are going to be seated in pods with your family. There are some spots where there's larger groups and some that are smaller. Those seat pods are for you and your family. And so the seats are separated somewhat by 6 feet at least, if not more. There will not be coffee and there will not be donuts at this point, of course. The lobby will be closed. The bathrooms will be open, but we are asking you use those for emergency purposes only. Now, when service is done, and believe me, it's going to be great to have us worship together again, live in the building. We'll give a message. It's going to be awesome. We're not scaling back our services on Sundays, but when it's over, we're going to release everybody row by row to leave the building, and we're going to have to do that quickly and do that together so we can quickly turn around the building and clean it for the following service happening. And so we're going to have to ask people to do those things, and we are keeping things clean. We are wiping things down. We are working our best to do the best thing that we can possibly do as a church. Now, also, a couple of things I wanted to mention as well. One question you might have is, do I have to wear a mask? And the answer to that is no. You do not have to wear a mask. We're not requiring that. But we are saying that some of you may want to wear a mask, and that is okay. Everybody's processing all these things in different ways. And so if you want to wear a mask, great. If you don't want to wear a mask, great. Now, we're not going to make fun of or talk to the person who is or who isn't. We're just going to let people walk through this as they feel they need to do to keep themselves healthy and safe. Now, we also, of course, are in a construction season as a church. So, obviously, too, other parts of the building right now are just going to have to be off limits. And so I know you might be curious. That time is coming. If you want to see things, let us know. We'll figure out a way to make that happen. But Sunday mornings, there are nails, there are things around. You got to stay in the spots in the areas that we are keeping open to us on Sundays, because we want to keep you safe, and most of those areas are, in fact, somewhat dangerous. And so now, if you are at risk or if you are sick, please stay home, right? If you're sick, if you have a cough or you have a fever, whatever else, stay home. We are still going to be broadcasting online just like before. And now, in fact, we're going to be doing it. It is going to be now live. We're going to be broadcasting the 9 o'clock service. So if you join us online at 9 o'clock, you'll be seeing exactly what we're doing right here in the building. Now, that is a change a little bit from our service times before. 9 o'clock is when that'll happen. Now, if you can't join us at 9 o'clock, that is okay. That service will then move to being on demand, so you can join us whenever you want to watch the service if you're not able to be here with us during this season. And a few more things you might be wondering about is what's going to happen with other groups and other ministries. And right now we are just in this phase, we are meeting here, and that's pretty much it as far as in-person meetings. We do still have Zoom groups happening digitally, small groups happening. Those are still available. You can still be a part of those things, but at this point, we are not opening up for meetings such as those. But we are, again, obviously very, very excited to be back together again right here at church. It's going to be great to see you on Sunday. I can't wait. 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock. Again, please go right now and register. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.